Okay, so now that we are done with our annotations, we are ready to organize our information. And so this tutorial video is going to show you how to move your notes and make them work for your iSearch project. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to go through and number your sources. So you're going to click at the front of each of your sources, and you're just going to add a number there. Only number sources that you actually used. So if there are any of those that ended up not having information that you wanted to use, you're going to leave those out. So for example, I didn't annotate anything on my security tips website, so I'm going to leave that alone and just come on down here and number my next source. These numbers are very important. If you leave them out, you're going to end up losing points because your English teacher and I won't be able to tell where information came from once you move your notes. So once I've done that, I am ready to convert my annotations into bullet points. So you know how you can put your mouse right over top of here and you get to see this nice box full of all of your annotations with your quotes and your paraphrases and all that good stuff. We're going to hit this button right here that says convert. It's got that little sideways and then down arrow. And once we hit convert, notice that all of my annotations are now bullet points underneath my first source. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to put the number of the source in front of each of my annotations. Notice that I am putting number 1 in front of every single one of these because they all come from source number 1. Again, this is really important because in just a second I'm going to show you how to move them, and we need to have these numbers to link them back. Notice that I did not number my reflection. The reflection is just going to stay where it is, so we're going to not number that. Okay, now I'm ready to move my bullet points. I have this first one that says, Greece is nice and also cost efficient, which is what I wrote for my paraphrase. I can look and see if I hover over top of my article title that I made this a green highlight. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to click on my bullet point, and I'm going to just drag it up. Now for me it never works. I always have to drop them and then scroll up a little bit more and drag it more. But I'm going to drag it underneath my green question. Then I'm going to decide which area this seems to work best in. So this one doesn't really go with airfare, doesn't really go with accommodations. I think that it's pretty much going to go mostly with activities. So I'm going to put it underneath the activities bullet, and I'm going to just tab once so it's indented underneath. Okay? So I'm going to do that again with you guys. I'm going to use this bullet right here that says food is a big part of Greek culture. Again, I can hover over top of my link and I can see that this was a pink highlight, so I know this goes with my pink question. So I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to put it under pink, and then this kind of goes with my culture part, like the culture of Greece. So I'm going to put it underneath that bullet, hit tab, and now it's under there. So you are going to do this with each one of your annotations that you have. When you get to your print source, it does work a little bit differently because if you remember, I asked you guys to type your notes from your print source directly into Digo. So for the print source, we do not have to convert any bullet points. All we have to do is number them and then move them. But I don't have my colors to remind myself, so I just kind of have to look at what I wrote. So the furthest point from the ocean in Greece is 85 miles. I'm going to move this up here. And I think that mostly goes with my pink question of what is Greece like. And I think it kind of goes with the terrain. So like, what is the country like itself? And I put that there. So guys, again, just please remember, before you move any bullets, they have to have a corresponding number that goes with the source. Without that number, your English teacher and I will not be able to tell where it came from, and we're not going to be able to give you credit for those. When you are ready to convert, remember all you do is hover over top of your link, hit the convert button. It's going to convert your bullet points, and then you just have to add those numbers so that we're linked between the source and the note. And that is your quick reminder of how to organize your notes in your iSearch project. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.